Congressman McLeod.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good afternoon. Today, my questions will all be for the Minister of Municipal Affairs, again in her capacity as the Minister in charge of emergencies. Minister, yesterday the government declared a provincial state of emergency in Fort McMurray. Will you kindly highlight the differences and key ones and tell Albertans what additional resources, tools and powers come with this provincial state of emergency and how they will help fight the fires there and deal with this situation?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. We've enacted a provincial state of emergency in the regional municipality, which is in effect for 28 days unless renewed by this House. Examples of the power this gives include putting an emergency plan into operation, evacuating people from the affected areas, controlling or prohibiting travel to or from the area, restoring essential facilities and distributing essential supplies like food, clothing, fuel, equipment, medical supplies, and coordinating emergency medical, welfare, and other essential services. The most important fact is that this allows us to step in and control it on a provincial basis to coordinate resources.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. First supplemental.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Well, in many parts of Alberta, residents are justifiably afraid of fire conditions. They are worried about their homes, their jobs, their livelihoods, and their livestock, of course. The trepidation is real, Minister, and felt widely across this province. And we're only into the 5th day of May in a fire season that probably could go into the September. What can the Minister tell Albertans about added precautions this government is taking throughout the whole province to reassure them?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, our priority is ensuring Albertans are safe as fire conditions remain extreme. We've brought in resources from out of province, and people are working 24/7 on an emergency response and supporting Albertans who've been evacuated from their homes. We're working with partners, including municipalities, organizations like the Red Cross, and businesses to support evacuated residents and fight these devastating fires. We're doing everything we can, Mr. Speaker, while we continue to monitor. We can't control the weather or the dry conditions, but we can do what it takes to keep Albertans safe. And I will continue to hold daily briefings as required so Albertans are aware of the situation. And
thank you, Honourable Minister. Second supplemental.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Well, Alberta is tinder dry right now across the province. Almost the entire north half is listed as extreme on a fire danger scale, and the rest of the province isn't much better. Yet no overall fire ban on the entire province has been announced. Minister, what directives are being communicated to local municipalities throughout Alberta in terms of a heightened state of alert requirement or a complete province-wide fire ban? And has the government considered any action along those lines?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. Certainly, there are fire restrictions right across the fire protections areas in this province. It is incredibly tinder dry, and we are all working together. I'm proud of the relationships we have with emergency workers from right across this province and working together to ensure that we're prepared for any state that might continue. And certainly, I urge all Albertans to ensure that they take no action that potentially could start a fire at a time when fires can get out of control so very quickly.